First, let me just show you a little bit background information. That's for our journalistic friends and colleagues. This is a map of Europe after the First World War. Do you see Ukraine here? No. Let's look at the same map of Europe before the First War, or the Great War as it used to be called. Do you see Ukraine here? No again. Let's roll back 3 centuries ago. Do you see Ukraine here? No. You don't see Ukraine because, in fact, Ukraine has never been a state until only 31 years ago. Poland is 1,000 years old. Russia is just about the same. Does any of you intelligent, highly educated journalists know who Mieszko I is? Here he is, the first ruler of Poland, baptized, 966. Does any of you politicians know who Vladimir the Great is, or Vladimir the First? Here he is. He is the one who baptized Kiev and Rus. Poland and Russia became Christian nations over 1,000 years ago. Now, where Vladimir the First was baptized, you remember, in Crimea. There is a Saint Vladimir's Cathedral in Crimea. So visit this place before you start writing your stories about Russian annexation of Crimea, please. Vladimir the Great returned to Kiev, and the Christianization of state of Kiev and Rus occurred. That is why, my colleagues and friends, Kiev, today is Ukraine's capital, is called Russia's sacred city and mother of all Russian cities. Now, how about Poland? Does any one of you know where Lwów is and what Lwów is? Here it is. It's right here in Ukraine. Do you know that it used to be the 3rd largest city of pre-war Poland? Our grandfathers lay in tombs in Lwów cemeteries. My secretary's grandmother, as I just learned, was born in Tarnopol. That's in today's Ukraine. And remember Podole, now in Ukraine? Kamieniec-Podolski fortress. Do you know what Kamieniec-Podolski is? That's what Pułaski defended, that fortress. Kazimierz Pułaski, who emigrated to America and saved George Washington's life, only to die later in combat in the sands of Savannah for freedom, ours and yours. Kamieniec-Podolski for Poles is what Alamo is for Texans, except that Alamo Mission of San Antonio is still in Texas, and Kamieniec-Podolski is in Ukraine. And think about it, or look it up, journalists, before you write your stupid stories about Eastern European conflict which you don't understand. Ukraine, as we know it, was created 31 years ago by politicians who, with a stroke of a pen, removed centuries of history from maps of Eastern Europe in disregard of history, will of people, and nations past. And this is what the conflict is all about. It's not about NATO expansion, it's not about Russia's aggression, it's about a nation who is strong enough to return to its roots, where it all had begun. And the wheels of history in time always turn along that axis. And just look at Yugoslavia. It used to be a creation of politicians. So it broke up in wars, dividing the land among nations with similar history, speaking the same language, believing the same God. And look at these nations now. They thrive and prosper, not starve and fight.